have the pleasure of announcing that Sandy Ennis, who is one of our regular folks here at the shop and one of our beautiful quilters, has won our first subscriber goal drawing, and she gets to come into the shop and pick one of our Sassy Sunflower half-pack quilt bundles and the pattern of her choice to make a quilt. So yay! Thank you, Sandy, for being a subscriber, and thank all of you for getting us to that 200 mark. We'll figure out what our next goal is and announce it soon, and we look forward to the help that you'll give us getting to that next goal. Tonight's question, we ask a question every week, and that question gives you an opportunity to share in the chat and to stay active during the video, but also gives you an opportunity to win an entry into a drawing for tonight's sample that we make on the show. So tonight's question, which I've already posted in the chat, but in case you missed it, is what is the smallest size scrap that you keep, and what do you do with those scraps? So put on some inspiration in the chat box, share how small of a scrap you would hold on to and what you do with those scraps for a chance to win our weekly drawing for the sample we make on the show. We are happy to celebrate some new fabrics that have come in, and I'm going to talk about this quilt first and then reveal those fabrics that have come in. So this is a quilt that was made up for us by our very prolific and wonderful Tina, who sews so many samples for our shop. This quilt is called One Snowy Day. It is a kit here in the shop, $80, and you could make this beautiful thing right here. It has some sweet, soft snow falling in the background and a collection of animals. Although, anyone want to help me out in the chat? Is that a honey badger? I don't think they're friendly. But otherwise, we have some friendly forest animals here on the quilt, and a snowman with more little animals gathered. So you could have this ready for quilting for the holidays. And Tina made that sample up for us and has a tip for anyone who comes in to get the kit. We have 3 kits left. So just 3 kits. And no, I'm not going to whack the people who are running the cameras and talking. I'm just going to move this aside so that we can talk about our new fabrics. Okay, so these 2 lines back here just came in today, actually just dropped off by FedEx. And I still haven't quite figured out the best way to get this stuff shown really well, but this is a line called Cypress. This is the decorative tiles, and we just got a few bolts from this line. So those are the first few bolts here. So there's the tiles, and then there's this fabric with leaves and lemons and oranges, some citrus, beautiful colors in that line. There's a matching stripe for that line, and one that's a tossing of the mandalas that are in that tile print, and sort of some fan-like that coordinate with that as well. So that's the first new line that came in this week. Are they getting an okay view when I bring them over here? Uh-oh. Oh no! So I need to rip off the plastic. Should I take the plastic off? Would it be better? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So it just got dropped off today. We haven't even checked it into inventory, but we will. Is that a better view? Yeah. So this is kind of a Moroccan tile feel, and the coordinates have those mandalas and the citrus trees and delicious colorations. And then this line is called To the Sun. And gotta get out my she-woman here. This is just bright, cheerful, colorful. It's got birds, it's got flowers, a stained glass look. Raise it up, cover your face, Louisa. That's the message I'm getting from up front. And then, okay, so that was better. There are coordinates for that. There's a double border print in this line which we love to play with double borders here at Golden Acre Quilting in our aprons. And there's a table topper pattern that we've got where you can make the reverse image with the things you trim off from the mitered corners. How's that? Is that good? Little higher. So this is the double border. It would make an adorable little girl's dress or a pillowcase. So much you can do with double border fabrics. There is a panel in this line as well that we can play with. The stained glass is really beautiful. And the panel, I should have cut one of these off, but I didn't, and it's okay. It's a pretty big panel, actually. You know, talk about an easy quilt. Cut the panel, put some borders on, back it with something beautiful. Did I get it even close to high enough? Yeah? All right, good. So this is the new lines that just came in today. We're gonna get them checked in and out on the floor as soon as possible, but we wanted to give you a sneak peek here on the show. What's that? Oh, there's a big print coordinate. There's a teal, blue, and green stained glass coordinate, a pink and red stained glass coordinate, and a purple and blue stained glass coordinate. And then these white have different colors that are feather motifs on them. And then there's 4 flower coordinates that go with that line as well. It's a pretty big line, absolutely beautiful, bright, wonderful colors. Definitely recommend coming to see it in person. It's quite delicious. Okay. Any questions or comments that we should address before we move into the shop hop update? Okay. If anything comes up, let me know. So shop hop, the all New England shop hop is in full swing. We are almost halfway through. First 3 weeks of the 2 months are done. Oh, we've got it up, the Shop Hop magazine. Look at Izzy learning how to put picture in a picture. Isn't that wonderful? So the Shop Hop magazine is the Shop Hop magazine is how you shop hop. So the Shop Hop magazine is $11.95. It has your passport in it, which is where you get your stamps at each shop. It also has region maps and explanations of every shop's hours and location and phone number. So even if you're not going to shop hop while the shop hop is active, it's a great resource to have on hand. And we still have some here at the shop. And as of yesterday, according to the Shop Hop Inc. folks, we can still order more. So we're not quite at the point where we can't get them anymore, but there will come a time when we can't get more magazines. I say keep one in your car year round, and then when you happen to be traveling around New England, you'll know where the shops are that are nearby and be able to visit them. So Shop Hop magazine still available both in store and online. We are almost at our 300th shop hopper. So 3 weeks in, we've almost hit 300. We celebrated our 200th. We're waiting for that 300th person to come through the door. We're not as close as we were last week, where the first shop hopper on Wednesday was 200. But I think we've got maybe 20 or 24 more before we get to 300 shoppers. So it'll happen this week for sure. We're anticipating that this weekend will be an extra busy shop hop weekend because it is the regional Sunday. Each region of the shop hop has a Sunday in September and a Sunday in October, when the shops that aren't open on Sundays are encouraged to stay open for that Sunday. So we're anticipating more folks coming to our region this weekend because it's our regional Sunday. So we know it's going to be kind of a wild and crazy ride this weekend, but we're ready. We've had so much fun making new friends. Our farthest distance shop hoppers so far are still the folks we met from New Zealand. Nobody's beat that yet. But if anybody is from farther away and wants to come see us, we certainly welcome you here at Golden Acre Quilting. We still have turtles hidden around the shop. We still have anchors hidden in bolts. If you find a tiny turtle in the shop, we have a basket of goodies for you to pick from, and we restocked it today. So there's even more fun new goodies in that basket. And the anchors in bolts, if an anchor falls out when we're cutting your fabric, you get 10% off that cut of fabric. And when you get your Shop Hop block from us, it's in a goodie bag with special stuff from here at Golden Acre. And if there's a turtle or anchor in the bag, then you get to enter in a shop-only prize drawing, in addition to the regional prize that we donated to Shop Hop. I think that's it for Shop Hop updates. Any comments or questions I should check in about now? Keep going? Okay, here we go. So Wednesday this week, tomorrow, is National Daughter Day. So we are offering 15% off to anyone who brings their daughter in for both of you. So it can be a father-daughter combo, a mother-daughter combo. We'll even extend it to grandmother, granddaughter, really if you have a sort of parental relationship. We've got 15% off for you tomorrow to celebrate National Daughter Day. And Friday is Love Note Day. We're taking a little twist on the Love Note theory and reminding everybody that we're still working really hard to get enough Google reviews that our website comes up first when people search for a quilt shop near me in Claremont, instead of the former quilt shop that was here, because they still show up as the first listing and it says permanently closed, and then people don't know that Golden Acre Quilting is here. So we're trying to get more Google reviews, and we think of Google reviews kind of as love notes from all of you. So if you leave us a love note, aka Google review, on Google for Golden Acre Quilting, take a screenshot of that review that you've left and text it to the shop phone number, 603-543-3311. I'm getting all kinds of wild waving directions. So text a picture of that Google review to 603-543-3311. We'll text you a coupon for 10% off your next purchase, or take a screenshot and bring that screenshot in with you the next time you're in the shop, and we'll share that 10% off for your purchase that day. Best part of this is you can leave us as many Google reviews as you want throughout the year, so you can take advantage of that 10% coupon more than just once. So that's our celebration of National Love Note Day on Friday. But the Google reviews can be left any day. It doesn't have to just be Friday. We have lots of upcoming classes that we're excited to share with you. The first of which is Pumpkin Hollow. So Pumpkin Hollow is a Villa Rosa Designs pattern. And this is the table runner. Which way? This way? Okay, I'm getting directions again. So the Pumpkin Hollow table runner, the class is on Tuesday, October 8th, to make the top of the table runner. And then on Tuesday, October 15th, there's an optional add-on for this class where you can learn how to edge quilt something like this on our Luminaire machines in the classroom. The cool thing is, once you've learned how to do that edge-to-edge quilting on something like this on our classroom Luminaires, you're always welcome to come back on an open sew day and edge-to-edge quilt your own projects. So if you'd like to have that skill, sign up for Pumpkin Hollow on Tuesday, October 8th, and then sign up for the optional add-on on Tuesday the 15th to learn how to edge-to-edge quilt on the Luminaires. Sherry Green is teaching that for us. I'm so thrilled that she's coming back to the classroom again. She's so energetic and just has so much to offer and so much knowledge and expertise around projects like this one. We do have some kits made up just like the sample that she sewed, or you can pick your own fabrics. You could make a purple, green, and black pumpkin hollow. You could make a, I don't know, pink and teal pumpkin hollow. You can make any color pumpkin hollow you want, but we do have some kits available for that. We also have 12 months of gifts coming up for October. That's a class we run every month where we make a project that you're done with the project at the end of class. This month we are making some upcycled zipper totes. We are using samples that were given to us by a local interior decorator who is all done with these rectangle samples, and you'll get to pick which rectangle sample you want to use and a fat quarter for your lining and a zipper. We'll also have some kits made up, and after the class we will have the pattern available that we've sort of written up based on the size of the samples of upholstery fabrics that we have here at the shop. So that's Thursday, October 10th. There's a 10:30 session and a 4:30 session. So morning and afternoon, you'll leave with this completed and the opportunity to make many more. Beach House, round 2. is here. There is one spot left in this class, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on Beach House tonight, but Beach House is a Judy Niemeyer paper pieced. Am I high enough? Judy Niemeyer paper piece with some curved seams, some log cabin, flying geese, lots of techniques built into making this beautiful quilt top. We've got teals and corals and some just luscious greens picked out for the colorway for this version of the class coming up. Jean Corliss is teaching this for us. She's wonderful. And we are down to the last spot. So if you have interest in that, it is October 11th, Friday, October 11th, and Friday, November 1st, and Friday, November 22nd. The class includes the pattern, instruction, and a coupon for a discount on long arming services if you haven't long armed with us. And I think that's it on Beach House. Yep, just one more spot. Other than October 10th, which is 12 months of gifts, we have shifted open sew days to Thursdays just to make Tuesdays a little bit calmer here at the shop. There's a lot of YouTube prep that we do every Tuesday to get ready for the broadcast, and we're trying to sort of cut down on the rest of the things that we do on Tuesday. So that is, our open sew is shifted to Thursday. Open sew is come sew on a project of your choice and enjoy the social nature of our classroom. All wrapped up, which is the class that Ann Blackburn is running for us, the Dachshund quilt. I think we've shown a picture on it a couple of times on the channel. I don't have a picture of it or the sample tonight, but it looks like a dachshund head, and then the body wraps around, and then the tail is at the bottom of the quilt. Super cute project. And Anne is teaching that for us on Wednesdays, October 9th, 16th, and 23rd. There are still spots available in that class. It's jelly roll friendly. And Anne and I have some great food planned for that class series as well. And then the Great Stocking class. This is so fun. Okay. My family has a thing about stockings. When my family does stockings, we have two rules. One is that pretty much anything can be a stocking stuffer. And the other is that you define it as a stocking stuffer based on whether it would fit in the stocking in any form. So if you think of like a 1,000-piece puzzle, you wouldn't necessarily think of that as a stocking stuffer. But in my family's version of those rules, if you took the puzzle out of the box and just dumped the pieces into the stocking, it would fit. So it could be a stocking stuffer. And this has led to ridiculous shenanigans. What about it? Oh, it's okay. Leave it alone. It's fine. It's there. Here we go. Okay. So the stocking stuffer thing turns into a hearth that is wider than the studio here, and the presents run out to be deeper than I am away from there because everyone gets really creative with stocking stuffer gifts. So I think that this Great Stocking class makes the perfect size stocking. Chris says it's still too small. I think this is just so wonderful. This is a new guest instructor with us here at Golden Anchor, Lynn Grinsell. She has been making these stockings for everyone in her family for years, and she's got the pattern perfected. You can make this with holiday themed fabrics just like this, or you can make it with whatever you want to. You could make it with Halloween fabrics. You could make it with a floral that they're going to love. You could make it with the new stained glass line that we just got in. Lots of creativity available in the Great Stocking class, and that is going to be on October 19th. And we're super excited to have that going on in time that you can embellish and decorate your stockings in time for the holidays. So that's the Great Stocking. And after the shop hop, when things calm down again, we are going to be doing a t-shirt quilting series. We're asking that if you're interested in the t-shirt quilting series, that you please let us know what day of the week and time combination will work best for you so that we can get it on the calendar in a way that's helpful to the majority of folks who are interested in taking that class series. We'll talk about how to prep t-shirts, how to get them integrated with quilting cottons and make them into a quilt. The Quilted Jacket with Mom is coming along. She started assembling some of those pieces last Friday when she came to the shop, so some progress is happening there. We're going to have our ornament swap that we talked about last week, where if there are 24 participants, you would bring 24 of your homemade ornament and leave with 24 different homemade ornaments from the rest of the participants. And we've got a really cool placemat class that we're going to put on the calendar in November, where you can make 4 placemats in one, and it kind of flips around like an origami puzzle and magic, and it's awesome. And because of the feedback we got on the survey we did a few weeks ago about what classes you all were interested in, we are going to prioritize that jelly roll race as a class coming up in November. Our ambassador program is strong. The people are amazing. All of the help we get just makes my heart soar into the stratosphere. I almost get tearful when I think about all of the beautiful help that we're getting here. And thank you so much to those of you who are participating in that program. We still have some roles open in that program. So if you're interested, then email, text, call, or stop by and let us know. And we'll let you know what roles we have left and what opportunities we have for helping around the shop. Reminder that tonight's question is, what is the tiniest scrap you keep, and what do you do with your scraps? You're going to answer that for a chance to win the demonstration that we use for our tutorial tonight. And it is time for that tutorial. And it will now make sense why we asked the question of what is the tiniest scrap you keep and why. We are going to talk about confetti quilting. This was a suggestion that we received from John and Jean Valero, our quilt father and his beautiful wife. And we are going to demonstrate this. Where are we? Oh, okay. So we're going to demonstrate this. This could be made small like this, coaster size, or my goal is to make one someday that's like a big sewing machine mat size that I can keep under my sewing machine down here. Is that better? Okay. So this is confetti quilting. Confetti quilting is a process through which you cut up your scraps into tiny little pieces, hence confetti. So tiny little pieces of scraps that get trapped between some foam stabilizer, a layer of tulle, and a layer of backing fabric, and quilted. And so you don't have to worry about sewing together all of those teeny tiny little bits of scrap. And we're going to teach you how to do that tonight. So what are some of the scrap sizes we've got in that feedback? What do people save? 5-inch squares, 2.5, 1.5. Okay, so not much smaller than that though. 1 inch? All right, we've got a 1-inch quilter. Oh, Band-Aids. All right. And what's that? What is it? Liters. Oh yeah, because you can use it to create a liter. Perfect. We don't need a ruler for this. We're going to toss the ruler aside. To get ready to make a confetti quilting project, you need some foam stabilizer. It can be fusible, not fusible. You're not really going to use the fusible function in this moment. So buy any soft and stable in our form or Pellon. Make the foam stabilizer like that. You're going to need a piece of backing fabric. For the sample I made, I chose a batik, so I wouldn't have to worry about right side and wrong side. And then you're going to need a piece of tulle. And the sizes of all of these things depends on the size of what you're trying to make. You're going to cut all of these pieces to be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch bigger than your intended finished size. So you're going to have your piece of foam, your backing fabric, and your tulle. In the version that I made to show as our sample this week, I did bind it. I'm working in the background and trying to figure out a self-binding method for these so that we don't have to bind them and they're even faster and more fun. But until then, we're going to work on a bound process. So you're going to cut your pieces to the size for your foam, your back fabric, and your tulle to the size of project that you want to make. And then comes the really fun part. Well, there's one little not so fun part before that. So you're going to layer backing fabric on the back, foam in the middle, tulle on the top. So you create a pocket. Can they see that? Yeah. So you've got a pocket between your foam and your tulle that's going to be stuffed with confetti pieces. And this is the part where then I'm going to try to figure out how to make it self-binding someday, but for now, we're going to bind it. So that's your layers and your sandwich that you're going to create. And then the really fun part is to take some of those random scraps. Just now, this could be truly random scraps, or it could be scraps from a particular project that you want to make a memory coaster. I mean, it really could be, the sky's the limit on this. You could do it intentionally, choose your fabrics and your scraps intentionally, or you can do it randomly. And then you're going to take your trusty rotary cutter and you're just going to start cutting through the pile. And it doesn't matter what direction, it doesn't matter how close together your cuts are. There's no ruler. You can toss it and then go back in for more cutting. And you're just going to keep cutting until it's like Dory in Finding Nemo. Just keep cutting, until you've got pretty small pieces. I went a little aggressive on my little bowl for this. They ended up really, really tiny. What we've got here might be a better size. But on a rotating rotary mat, this is even more fun because you can like just spin and slice and spin and slice. Keep your other hand well out of this when the rotary blade is going through. But you're just gonna cut, toss, repeat until you feel like you've got them kind of made small enough to play. What's that? No, I'm not going to cut myself. Don't bleed on the fabric. So then you've got your confetti, some bigger pieces in there, smaller pieces. And you've got the piece that you stitched, backstitch, go around, backstitch again, created that pocket. And then you're going to take that confetti and stuff it in the pocket and kind of shake it to get it down there. This is the messy part. It's the fun part, but it's also the messy part. And you just kind of, get it into the corners, get it out to the edges. It's okay if it's multi-layered. You can shift it around in there, wiggle it, pull it, tuck it into the corner again. If there's an open spot, don't worry about it. You could put another layer of fabric over your foam under your tool if you wanted to have a particular background fabric show through when you finish your quilting. And this is sort of where you have some design options. Once you've got a good bit of confetti stuffed in there and all the way out to the edges, and you fiddle with it, poke it. A turning tool can be helpful here too, or a bodkin or an elastic thing. Just kind of wiggle the scraps around. And if you want there to be any kind of focus in there, if you wanted there to be something like a flower, you could fussy cut out of something that you really liked to be a focus and then slide that in on top of all of the confetti. You can also lay those bigger pieces very intentionally and then quilt across the tool and not have to worry about stitching all those seams together to create something with bigger pieces. So there's, again, versatility. We like those versatile projects when we do our tutorials here. So once you've got your confetti all stuffed, you're going to go ahead and quilt as desired. So what I did for quilting on the sample that I made first was just crosshatch, pretty close together. I think a little neurotically close together, actually, probably too close together, to be honest. But I just did crosshatch on the diagonal quilting. I chose to use a thread on the front that would blend and not obscure the confetti and kind of let the confetti be its own thing. But you could certainly consider doing that quilting with a 12-weight thread or even a 30-weight thread to create more of an accent with the quilting rather than letting it hide in the confetti. And then with the second sample, I made diagonals and a straight plus, and then I just started filling that in with V's across there. You can quilt it any way you want, with matching thread, with contrasting thread. This is a scrappy project, so it's meant to be kind of creative and you know, not as perfect as our other quilting projects. And then once you're done with that, I actually save the end of binding when I make a quilt. When I've got binding left over, I have sort of a stash of binding that's prepped and ready to go. And because I didn't necessarily worry about the colors matching for this project, I would go ahead and bind that with whatever I had on hand. Or you could make that register tape scrappy binding that we made a few weeks back on our channel and bind this in scraps, which I think would be pretty fitting. This can be made any size, and it can be made as messy or as neat as you'd like. And it's pretty fun. And it gives you the satisfaction of actually using up some of the schniblets in your craft room and not throwing away fabric, which makes my heart happy for sure. Any questions on the demo or anything we should address before we draw the name for who's going to win this one? Okay. Yes, yes. So when you get frustrated with your like really fussy cutting stuff and the stuff you have to really pay attention to, and you need kind of a brainless moment or an anger release moment, just get in there and put up the scraps. Kids, don't cut your kids up like this. Just cut the scraps up. Okay. All right. Welcome to New England, Trina. We hope that you get the chance to come enjoy our little corner of the world someday soon. So we have a wheel of names going, Chris, right? For folks who have answered the question. So while Chris does that wheel of names, I will prep us for our weekly $10 gift card drawing. I lost my notes. Well, hopefully I do everything. Oh, Donna. I bet bottom dollar Donna would pass on winning that because Donna was here with me while I made the sample and now she knows how. So let's draw a secondary winner just in case Donna would like to. Bev Ledoux. Bev, you've been quite the winner on our YouTube channel. So Bev, if you would like, Donna gets first dibs. Like, Donna, tell us in the comments if you want to keep your prize or pass it to Bev. Well, she did answer one of the chats. You just don't know if she's still here. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll let Donna and Bev duke it out. No worries. And then the other drawing that we do at the end of every show is for a $10 gift card for folks who've paid with cash or check throughout the week. And we toss them around in this little bucket from the register. And Linda G. So we've got your phone number, Linda G. We'll give you a call and let you know that that $10 gift card is waiting here for you. Congratulations, Linda. Congratulations, Bev. Congratulations, Sandy, on winning our 200 subscribers. Thank you, Donna, Bev. We will have this here for you the next time you're in the shop. All right. Oh, that's cool. South Greenland. Oh, that's wonderful. Welcome, Kathy. Caddy? Okay. I can't see the name, so I'm going on what my folks tell me. Oh, Trina. Wonderful. Trina, Thursday is an open sew day, so if you want to stay for a bit, you can come and get some sewing done in our classroom here. All right, so quilt of the week. I have stood on the stool and not fallen. This is such a cool quilt of the week to share. So one of our relatively new quilters who asked not to be named came to me about a month ago and said, I want to make a table runner for someone in my family, and it needs to be 120 inches long because they have a very long table. And I was thinking pumpkins, but she doesn't really like orange pumpkins. And so we pulled up a magazine, Quilter's World, which we have here at the shop, and looked at a pattern that was these pumpkins, but in an arrangement of 4 in a square. And she really liked the pumpkins, but she needed it to be 120 inches long by only about 12 to 18 inches wide. So we worked together over the last several weeks in open sew days to redesign that table runner or that table topper to become a table runner. So you're looking at this. This is in half. So the other half is here. And I'm just so proud of her for taking the homework that I gave her in between open sews and getting this all put together. And today she came and bound it. And at 120 inches, that is essentially binding half of a king size quilt, because those 120-inch sides are half of a king. And then she chose the Hey Boo fabric for the backing of it. And I'm just really hopeful that the birthday recipient that's coming up in October enjoys this and all of the work that our community member put into turning a square table topper into a 120-inch long one. So that's our quilt of the week. And I think that that's it for this week, unless anybody has any questions or comments that we should check in about before we sign off. Anything? All right. Well, if that's it, we encourage you to like our videos, share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and most of all, come see us. We love the in-person energy that we experience here at the shop at Golden Anchor Quilting, where community is the fabric of our dreams.